See, Sunday morning, the 28th, day 3. Just getting some snow melted there on the stove for some water this morning for breakfast. The fire going, that's the last of the firewood. Doing pretty good overall. One of the things I have to do here in the morning is kind of make my bed up. I sleep in, this area, and I kind of dry out my sleeping bag a little bit, and then because it's got a little condensation on it, and then I fold it all up, cover it with that tarp because the walls are kind of wet. And that gives me room to put all my gear over here. So Larry has room over here to cook and do his stuff too. And just some little extra gear back there. The space back there I'm finding to be sort of unusable. It's kind of hot back there from the stove and kind of hard to get to. I've had some issues with my stove here. My damper system, which is this pipe here, I made a little butterfly and bent this metal rod to pass through, form the damper. And right there, that little metal thing, there's a little spring I made out of some steel to kind of hold that tight, and it's been failing. And what happens is the damper will just kind of fall. Unfortunately, it likes to fall sort of closed, so got to work on that when I get home, come up with a better tensioning system and maybe put some weight on it. Morning.
Good morning.
Careful, it's kind of hot in here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just recording you come doing your entries.
It is.
Yeah. Whoops.
Nice.
Yeah. I had to fix the stove this morning. That spring failed again, and I couldn't sort of work on it in the cold. Took me a while to get it going.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got that okay? Alright. Well, you're all bundled up.
Oh, yeah.
We're headed out on a day trip. Gonna head south this time. Down to the south end of Slim Lake and see what we see. Larry's got his gimbal working again, we hope.
We hope.
We'll see. Some kind of critter track right here. Coyote, you might say, or maybe a fox. It's big to be a fox, could be a coyote. Came over here and checked out this pine cone as he zigzagged. Always on the lookout for food. Here's a survey marker. This is the second one I've seen on Slim Lake here. Third one counting the one nailed to a tree near the portage landing. This was a steel T-post, became yellow, and it's marking the location of this bronze monument here. I assume this means, well, we're in Township 64, Range 13. Assume this is the corner of Section 22 and 23. There's another marker here, just 50 feet from the other one, here in the bushes. This one's up on shore, not near the water's edge, but yeah, it's just another steel T-post with a pile of rocks around it. no other indication of markers or anything. This one's maybe up, only I can speculate, this one's up on the land here where they know it won't get disturbed. The other one's actually down where the water is, so perhaps if that one gets washed away or something, they'll have a reference from this one. We stopped here on this point. Our campsite is right up behind those trees. We got this far and started hitting slush. Just came over here. I came over here to the point. Larry was walking this way and got into more slush. And looked up ahead here and see these holes. There's actually holes with standing water, so I gotta go back that way. But supposedly, I think there's a little swamp back over this way in the trees, and there must be some water flowing out. So that reminded us I better get the ice spikes on, which I forgot to put on in camp. And Larry went back to get his because he forgot them in camp. I walked back on land here to this little slough. Yeah, just a little pothole. You can see there's evidence of moving water here. Oh yeah, through these rocks, there's a little trickle of water running out. That would explain the bad water, or the bad ice over in that spot. Oh, geez. Right there, something just ran up that hill. It's like marten sized. Are they even out in the winter? Maybe it was a fisher. I don't see anything now, darn it. It wasn't so much work. Walking all the way around this thing, I'd go over and see what kind of tracks it left. Maybe that was, maybe that's what was out on the ice, the tracks we saw. Fisher tracks, perhaps. This rock is really interesting, sticking out. It's got big wafers of silica flaking off of there. It's just completely jammed full of these things. Interesting. Yeah, it's blue wafer down here. That's pretty neat.
Right down to the ice.
Came across evidence of another site here where someone had stayed out on the ice. Like they dug a trench here in the snow to drain their lake they had probably going inside the camp. Fire outside too. It's up by this little peninsula we were going to go check out. There's a little bay back here. Some kind. Oh yeah. Got a big woodpecker here. Yeah, there's our campsite is right there on that point. Yeah, here on this peninsula, this little forest, there was evidence of a fire. Unfortunately, a lot of these Norway pines that were in this fire didn't survive. A few did, not very many. But I'm just gonna walk up here, see if I can get up a little bit of a vantage point here to get a picture of Larry out on the lake. Wow, got a nice ravine over there. I made it up here. I'm winded. another survey marker. The monument's right there in the corner, and there's a sign right there. And then there's a yellow painted post there. They're kind of concerned about this one. There's another yellow painted post right there. They really have this baby marked well. $250 fine or 6 months in prison for disturbing it. Heading back into camp here, we're almost there. Wind got pretty strong, so we were walking with the wind on the way there, or on the way down there, and into the wind on the way back, so we decided to, it was a good thing we did. We got around the corner and it was very, very strong wind in our face, pretty cold too. So, back to camp. What's for dinner tonight, Larry?
I've got, drumroll, shepherd's cottage pie. And I know my British friends are chuckling over that, as they usually do, because shepherd's pie and cottage pie are two different things. But anyway, it's a packet gourmet. It's supposed to be one person type of thing, but boy, there's a lot of food here. So mashed potatoes, I don't know if
cooked separately from the rest of it.
Separately from the rest of it.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
A lot of beef, peas, corn.
Oh yeah,
mixed up together.
And some broth. I saw you put broth in there too.
With some beef broth went in it.
Nice.
Good hearty meal. Just what I need when temperatures are going below zero tonight.
Yay! And I'm having one of my favorites, cheddar broccoli. A meal I'll make myself, single serving. I'm mostly done with it already, but pretty good. It is chilly in here, but we're gonna get by.
Birdie.
Yeah, we're out here tonight. Oh, I don't know, it feels like 10 below zero, doesn't it? Up there in the sky.
I have this down jacket on.
Is some clouds. The moon's rising over here. Larry, you won't see him here in the dark, but he's...
Hello, I'm over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Here.
He's trying here. There he is. He's photographing up there in the sky, and some cloud or some glowing formations that look a lot like northern lights, but chances are it's just the glow from the moonrise on thin, high altitude clouds. It sure glows, but it is cold out here. I don't have a big down jacket on. Tent is glowing. See the fire flicking in the stove in there. That's pretty neat. Happy Monday morning, day 4. Very brisk morning. Must be, they said it expected to be, I think it was 7 to 9 below zero. It had to be all of that. Pretty cold up there. We've got a beautiful sunrise just breaking through the trees. It's quite beautiful out here. Back in the tent here, got my gear all situated again this morning. Making a spot for Larry, and then I've got all my sleeping gear underneath that little piece of tarp that I have with me, all packed up. It's there to keep it dry from all of this melting frost. I don't know if you can see the frost on the walls of the tent, and it'll start raining soon. Water bottles this morning got a little bit of ice in them, even though I had them in cozies. I had put them too close to the wall probably last night, and then got some water warming up right now. Some of it should boil soon, and it'll be time to eat. I'm just letting the stove cool down. Getting close to packing up. There's 4 days of wood. That's all that's left, just a few coals. I'll cool off. So to set up this tent, it packed down the snow really well with snowshoes. It was fairly deep. I think the snow depth fluffiness was 12 to 16 inches. It packed down to maybe 8 to 10, and through the 4 days it's melted down. These 2 skids sort of held it up. That's why I put that stick underneath the skids the last night. Over here it's down to the lake ice. Got kind of a big sinkhole going on right there. In the center of the tent, where the foot area is melted down, not quite to the ice. And where I slept over here was melted down pretty good. But overall, it held up pretty well. This floor is very slippery. This, where the tarp floor is, and again, this strap here is to connect that side of the pole to that side of the pole so I can stretch it tight. Stove is cooling off. I'll be packing it up soon. We are just about packed up. It's almost 11 o'clock. This is the carnage left over from the tent pad. See the meltdown crater here. Didn't do too bad though. Larry's changing his boots. Cold enough for you, Larry?
Tell you what, my feet aren't very happy about going out of these nice warm mucklucks into these cold boots.
Yeah. And then a few more things to pack. Oh, don't forget your skis.
Huh?
Don't forget your skis over here.
I know.
We got a sharp, clear day. I don't know, it still feels like 10 below zero to me. Not a cloud in the sky. Pretty good breeze. It's pretty nice in the sun. Over here in the shade, it's not so nice. But just got to pack up, put on the snowshoes, and get out of here. Way out, the great conditions. Can't even really tell the pulse was back there. Like it's so frozen that it's barely snowshoe burning even sink in whatsoever. Pretty nice. We're headed right down that way.
Well, we're almost out. We're on the portage back to the landing from Slim Lake. It's been a great trip so far. Pretty chilly today, but overall we had a really great time and some really great weather. Surprising, way better than it was forecasted. Thanks for watching.